to the music scene, showing lots of love for the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see. So around town radio show is where I go for the ladies.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to a nooner here at All Around Town Radio. We are live on a Wednesday with the band. And without any further, we're going to get started because we have a lot to talk about today. There's a great event coming up in Miamisburg, Ohio, that we're going to touch on today. And I'm going to invite my brother from another mother into here, Mr. Doug Hall. How you doing, Doug?
I'm doing great, Scott. Thanks for having me on today.
Hey, it's great to have you with us here, and welcome to the program. You know, I've known Doug for a long time, all right? I'm going to say that. And Doug has been performing music and playing music forever and ever. But he's played in several bands that I really enjoy. One of them right now currently being the Hall Pass Rock Band, which we're going to delve into a little bit here. But Doug has taken on an interesting task, and he loves his hometown of Miamisburg. And Doug, you've taken on a fundraiser that's going to happen the week between Christmas and New Year's. And it's going to be on the Saturday, the 28th. So let's talk about that. The Baum Opera House. Let's go back in time first. The Baum Opera House. When were you first introduced to this building in Miamisburg?
Okay. Very good question, Scott.
Thank you.
Take us back to my childhood. Growing up in Miamisburg, we used to do many visits.
Sorry.
It's all right.
There we go.
Many visits to the downtown Miamisburg area. And I was always super fond of the downtown, namely for the hamburger wagon. If you're familiar with those little gems, those little morsels.
Yes.
But no, so we would visit downtown area. We'd stop at a place called Phil Howard Drugs to get candy, and stopped at the old Western Outfitters called Sorrell's, I guess, which is also downtown on the main strip. And as I grew up wanting to be a rock star, a gentleman by the name of Tim Bolden, I'm sure you know Tim.
Absolutely.
Met Tim in high school. We came up with the idea that we thought we were going to be rock stars. So we started a band, and we were like, well, where are we going to play beside my mom's living room? And we found out of a place downtown, which was the old Opera House, that was a teen nightclub. Now, I won't mention the name, but back in the 80s, it was a teen hangout, and we got our band in there. We were called World One, was the name of the group. And so we actually played at the Baum Opera House Theater upstairs on that big stage back in 1988, 89 era. And so I was thinking to myself, what a great opportunity to revisit, to see if that building is still standing and if it's still open, and what are they doing currently, if anything, to have live music there again.
Well, and I recall that building as well, because I was in the teen club business back in those days as well. So we had several of them in the area, actually, that they were a great place for teenagers to go. And we all showcased live entertainment at times. And you guys had a really good band. And it's funny how it's evolved back now into you and Tim again being involved in this Hall Pass Rock Band project.
Right.
And you're still playing a few of those songs you might have played back in those days, I think, right?
That is true. Yes, that's true. I know people growing up, especially my age, loved the 80s music. It was, like, in our opinion, the best era, right? That decade of the 80s
Absolutely.
music. From the pop rock to the heavy metal to the hair band stuff. So we primarily focus, the majority of our music does focus on that. But we do have some other influence as well from other members of the band. Collectively, and we try to branch out there. But yeah, you're exactly right. There may be a few tunes that we will be performing that evening on the 28th that we did when we were teenagers, like 36 years ago.
Wow. And you know, many of you may be watching after we're live here, because we know noon is a tough time sometimes for folks. But if you are watching after we're live, please interact here and let Doug know what you think about what he's going to do and what we're going to talk about. And if you have any questions for it, we'll give you an opportunity later where you can hit an email address and ask questions and so on to Doug. Doug, I want to know, though, it's interesting because, like I said, you've taken this on and you said the Baum Opera House, let's play there, right? You want to play in the old place you played.
Right.
So how did this evolve into a fundraiser?
Okay, yeah, I can talk to that. So, like I said, we formed Hall Pass Rock Band just a little over a year ago. For those of you who were curious about our history, a lot of great guys. Tim, of which I was in a band with when we were teenagers. We came up with the idea trying to start a new group. Hence, the Hall Pass Rock Band came to be. And so once I knew that the Baum Opera House was still open and functioning, I reached out to them, wanting to surprise Tim. Actually, it was supposed to be a surprise, to book this place and to surprise Tim and say, "Hey, guess what we're doing? We're going to take us back to where we all started, or where it all started 36 years ago, and play at the Opera House." So once I reached out to them, I realized that they were still a functioning building. They do currently have a 501c3 nonprofit license for the arts. And I said, well, this is perfect. This is who I am, and this is who we are. I'd love to play there. So they said, well, you're more than welcome to play here. Here's what it's going to cost you. Um, uh, they normally rent the space now primarily for wedding receptions. So it's sort of a wedding reception venue upstairs, beautiful area up there. And they said, we're going to give you a discounted rate since you and Tim were born and raised in Miamisburg. So I thought to myself, that would be great. But wouldn't it also be great, after talking to Whitney and Aaron over there at the Baum, to help them raise money? They normally do not get a lot of funds coming in. They do host, I think, the Miamisburg Merchants Association meetings, Rotary Club, and things like that downstairs, but nobody really uses the upstairs for performances. So, to make a long story short, I decided to say, hey, instead of me paying this discounted rate to rent the space, why don't I host my band, Hall Pass Rock Band, will host a fundraising event to help you raise money to bring the local downtown community together, some of these merchants. And let's all just have a great time celebrating the history of the building, history of Miamisburg, and celebrate live music and entertainment that evening.
Well, and you've put together a great event, and I'm looking so forward to this one because, first of all, this is a historic landmark in Miamisburg. This building. Do you recall when it was built? And I know it was built as a hotel originally, but when was it built?
Yeah. So in 1878, it was actually built, and it was called the Baum Hotel for a few short years. And they actually would the Charles Baum, the German businessman who built the building and was running the hotel, he would actually go pick up people from the railroad on carriage rides, and would give them free carriage rides from the railroad to the hotel, which I thought was a really cool bit of history. Then in 1884, he opened it and turned it into the Star City Opera House. So back in 84, when that began, it held 800 people up there. Now
Wow.
I don't know how 800 people fit up there, but believe it or not, it held 800, and it was the largest functioning opera house east of the Mississippi River for quite some time. It was pretty well known and was sought after, back then. So a tremendous history, which I think is really cool, and really want Miamisburg to show up that evening, show their support for not only their community, which they love, but that historic building that I would really want to see continue standing.
Well, and Doug, I've been involved heavily over the years with the Sorg Opera House in Middletown, and I will tell you, a building of that nature and that age takes an immense amount of money to keep up, and it's a constant fundraising battle, so to speak, to keep those buildings up, keep the roof from leaking. I mean, when you get something that old, it takes a ton of upkeep. So what you're doing is trying to give a little money back so they can keep this building in good repair and continue to host the events that they do and make it a pivotal landmark of Miamisburg, because it is. I mean, when you go to that corner there, that's a beautiful building. And, I think it's one of those you always want to see preserved in that town. That town's got a lot of new things happening and a lot of visitors now. Miamisburg has become the spot.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. It had been a couple years since I actually went downtown to go to a restaurant or go to a bar, hang out down there. And I was absolutely amazed, Scott, at the growth, just what they've done with Riverfront Park, the growth of that downtown Main Street area. And that was another one of my thoughts is, why don't I try not only to celebrate history of the Baum Opera House itself, but to also get some of these cool new merchants involved by offering discounts or coupons and things like that, that I will be putting in a gift bag for everybody in attendance. So yeah, I've
That
got.
was genius. Also, I've got to say on
Thank
your
you.
part
I appreciate it.
to include all the Miamisburg merchants in that and the people that you could, and make it a Miamisburg event. Then gets
Correct.
all that buy-in from all those people down there, and they're a close knit group. I work heavily with Springfest in the Berg every year, and I can tell you those people really work hard and are proud of their town. And that's, I think this is a really cool event that you've put together here. And I hope we can get some more people to come out and buy tickets and come to
Absolutely.
that great night. Because
Yeah.
first of all, they're gonna get some swag bags and all the things you said, but they're gonna get good entertainment that night from two of my favorite bands
Oh,
of
come
all
on.
time.
Well,
I gotta
appreciate
say,
that. All right.
the fabulous DeBonte brothers.
Yes.
But you're gonna start out with a comedian first.
Right.
Right?
I was able. Yeah. I'm sorry. I
Go
was
ahead.
able to book a comic last minute, and he's going to be performing. He's going to be opening the evening at 6 p.m. So yeah. So we've got comedy. We've got the acoustic trio, the fabulous DeBonte brothers.
Fabulous.
Yes, I was part of that, and still am part of the fabulous DeBonte brothers. Tim Brooks finally made it back up here from Florida.
Yay. All
So
right.
he is residing back in Ohio. And I thought, what a cool way to continue this entertainment, continue live music, but give people a little bit of a different spin on the old DeBonte brothers with some acoustic. So we'll be acoustic guitars. Mark will be still playing his acoustic drums, but a little softer version of the fabulous DeBonte brothers. And then we'll close the evening out with Hall Pass Rock Band.
And there ain't nothing acoustic about that.
Not on that one.
No,
No, sir.
no, that'll be a great show. And you guys, the couple times I've seen the Hall Pass Rock Band, I'm really impressed by your talent and ability. And it's great
Thank
to
you.
see Tim back on the vocals again.
That's crazy.
And all those. I know after all these years, and it's just so crazy. And this event is going to have a lot of moving parts, as you said.
Right.
People can get there at 5:00. The show starts around 6 and goes till 9 or 10, roughly, right?
Correct.
And
Yep.
throughout the evening, I'm going to say that I have the honor of being the MC at this event and being able to do some raffles and things that I love to do and help raise money for a cause. And I think this is going to be one of those epic events in downtown Miamisburg. And from what I hear, there's a lot of people showing up to this event who are some of the people that you commonly see in the wheel of Miamisburg merchants and all that. So you've got a good group of folks that are going to join us that night.
It is going to be a super special event. I'm looking forward to it. And we do have lots of different ways for people to participate that evening as far as the auctions go. Do you want me to touch on that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll have the traditional raffle baskets, right? Those are sold via tickets, right? So you'll buy tickets. The tickets are $2 a piece, 6 for 10. And those will go in the designated buckets, obviously in front of the basket of which you would like to try to win. We're also doing a silent auction, and obviously that's kind of speaks for itself, but silent auction, there's going to be at least a dozen items ranging from sports memorabilia to music memorabilia. I was trying to focus a little bit more on music. I got a Loverboy signed autographed guitar by all the members, a really cool Led Zeppelin print, Elton John and Bernie Taupin signed custom artwork that I put together. We're even having an Elvis bust, Scott. So if you would like to bid silently on the Elvis bust, a really cool Miamisburg artist actually made that. That you guys will be seeing that evening, and it's really cool. But yeah, so again, we got the raffle tickets, we've got silent auction, and then the last one I thought was really neat too. You know, auctions are fun as long as you're the winner, right? You don't like to lose.
Yes.
You don't want to be the loser. So I came up with a way working with a vendor that offers vacation packages, and I'm calling this last one "Make a Donation and Get a Vacation." And so what that basically means, I have 6 different cities, including Gatlinburg, New Orleans, Orlando, Vegas, Lake Tahoe, um, Charleston, South Carolina. There's some really cool locations. And for $399, you will receive 4 days and 3 nights at a deluxe accommodation. So there's no airfare, but it is for the actual place that you're staying at, right? So different hotels and different venues. And I'm also doing for $6.99, Scott. They can do Cancun, Mexico. So if you would like to take a vacation next year and thinking of another Christmas gift or a post-Christmas gift item, make that donation of $399. Take a vacation to one of those destinations that I mentioned. But all of this will be all laid out in the back of the building there that evening.
So it's a guaranteed win if you donate.
It's a guaranteed win, man.
Yeah.
And I can sell as many as I want. So it's not
outstanding.
a onesie. That's not a onesie. So
Perfect.
yeah. Also, too, just to comment also quickly, we will have food for purchase. I am working with a local pizza restaurant that's been around for a long time, Papa's Pizza Palace in Miamisburg. That's been recently purchased. Wonderful family who owns it now, and they're excited to be a part of it. So they will actually be there in person, going around to the tables, taking orders for some pizzas and sandwiches. We will have adult beverages for sale for purchase. We have a cash bar. But yeah, it's going to be a great night. And really, for 25 bucks, I think it's one of the best deals out there when you talk about what you're going to get.
Sounds like a blast, and I mean, I'm looking so forward to it, and I know some folks that are going to be there as well, and they're excited about it already. And one of the excitement things is obviously the entertainment, and I want to hit on that real quick here as we've talked about the prizes and such.
Sure.
But Hall Pass Rock Band, for those that may not know you and they're watching after we're live here or something, give them a little backgrounder into the Hall Pass Rock Band, some of the music that you play and what they can expect to see. We know the DeBonte Brothers acoustic will be a wonderful show full of great music to open that up. But how about the Hall Pass Rock Band, the headliner of this event?
Right. So we got started a couple years ago. Tim came to me one night and said, you know what, I'd really love to sing again. And I said, with the fabulous DeBonte Brothers unfortunately being dismantled, Tim and I decided to start Hall Pass Rock Band. Did not mean to steal any thunder from Scott Hall in terms of
it's all good, my friend.
I know. Well, here's what we thought. So at our age, we're all middle age, right? We're all going through these midlife crises and decided to be rock stars again. And it was our wives who are giving us a hall pass from the household duties in order to form the band. So the Hall Pass Rock Band really is coming from the hall pass that our wives gave us to continue being silly and having fun on stage.
That's a great name, and I appreciate you using it. And I know people ask me all the time, "Are you related to Doug and Mark Hall?" All the time, because you guys are pretty well known in the music business, and obviously Mark through the soft rock and so on. So a lot of people shout that out, and it's going to be cool to have us all in the same room doing some fun stuff that night too. I think
I agree.
And
Hall Pass,
I love it. No, go ahead. I love it.
The group itself, Tim and I decided to try to do this, and I reached out to a good friend of mine, Rick Hansen. He was in a band called Vanguard, and Rick had actually asked me a while back to join Vanguard at one point when they needed a bass player, and I said no, I wasn't available or had too much going on. So I was almost embarrassed to reach out to Rick and say, hey, I know I said no to you, but will you say yes to me? So Rick came on board. And he happened to reach out to their old drummer, Wes Jones. So Wes is a great guy, and Rick brought Wes along. And then we were super fortunate to have a keyboard player. Being that we wanted to primarily focus on 80s dance music and stuff, man, keyboard was a huge part of that decade. And Tim and his wife, Tracy, were out one evening. I don't know if they were at the Soft Rock or not, but they were with a mutual friend that knows my brother, Mark, and said, we go to church. We know a guy from our church named Ken, and Ken Morrow, and he might be interested in joining. So the interesting thing about Ken, he's an absolute wonderful musician. I mean, all makes us look better, but he was never in a secular rock band. So this is Ken's first attempt at being in a rock band with us. And I'm just so proud of what we've been able to put together over the past year. I always tell myself, I always feel like I'm the weakest link in some of these groups, but it's more than just the talent. I feel like we try to put on a show, we try to be entertaining. And I think the whole package, when you look at it, we love to have fun and we just like to share our enthusiasm and the fun that we have doing it. And hopefully that resonates to the audience.
Well, it is. It's going to be a great night. And again, let's recap some of this before we talk about a couple more things. Baum Opera House, Saturday, the 28th of December.
Right.
Right. You got nothing that weekend, people. It's before New Year's. It's after Christmas.
Yeah.
It's $25 a ticket. Let me pop up some info on the screen here, Doug. If you want to
Sure.
say a few more things about the event again as
Okay.
we go here, I'll throw some more stuff in the screen.
Yeah, no problem. You said it right. I mean, I was kind of uncertain whether December 28th was a good date or a bad date. There's pros and cons, but there's a lot of people that may not like to go out on New Year's Eve. I don't want to ruin that celebration because that's an awesome celebration. But like during the week, it lands on a funny time of year or week. And so I thought maybe some people could actually use that opportunity and make this their New Year's Eve celebration, come out over the weekend, and come see us at the Baum. But the biggest thing for me was I can't believe that this place is still standing, being the fact that I love Miamisburg and love the community. And you said it earlier, Scott, the merchants, the downtown merchants, they all come together. They're all a huge network down there, and they all believe in what they're offering down there right now, which is outstanding. I mean, if you want to go visit someday, watch a movie, go to some great restaurants. There's some cool breweries down there as well. It's just become, like you said, a hot spot now, down there. I would love to see people support Miamisburg and support this building by coming out, and tickets are $25. They are available on our Facebook event page. So if you go to Hall Pass Rock Band, go to our events page, you'll see the Baum Opera House fundraiser. You can get tickets there. And then I think, Scott, you're running it down there at the bottom. Anybody that may have a question about the event, a comment, or even, hey, I'm having trouble getting tickets or unsure how to do this, simply email us at baumtix@gmail.com. That's BAUMTIX at gmail.com. And I'll make sure to get back to them personally, Scott.
And for those that are watching, stick around to the end here because we're going to give away 4 tickets to this event. And
That's right.
We're going to have a little trivia question at the end and so on for that. So stay with us here. I want to say hi to Tim Bolden. He's out there watching the show today. Roger, thank you for being here. Scott Albrecht from Wild Frontiers is in the house. Michael Ansbach, Fred King, Michael Carnes is in the house. And Hope Harper, thanks for watching today, guys. Thanks for being with us on the program. And again, if you're watching after the fact, please comment and say what you think about this in the comments. And Doug and I will be sharing it on our respective pages, and you guys will have a chance to interact with us that way if you'd like to. And Doug, it takes a village to make one of these things happen. I'm sure you're not doing this all solo. So you want to mention anybody that's kind of stepping in and helping?
Absolutely. Well, first and foremost, I mean, my wife, after reviewing some of the silent auction items with her, she said, hey, no offense, honey, but I don't know how many women are going to be interested in, bidding on a Led Zeppelin, print. And I said, you'd be surprised. But no, she said, we need to get some stuff for the ladies. So she helped pioneer or push forward with the gift baskets. There's a lot of hair and makeup items. There's a lot of wine. There's a lot of fun coffee things. And so my wife, I wanted to give her thanks for sure. She keeps me in line. She keeps me going. The band, they've been reaching out, trying to get, people involved, helping out with the event as well. And the local merchants, I had a few merchants step up to the plate with sponsorships to the event. Carpet House Flooring Center, that was a business that my wife and I used to own. They donated money to the cause, helped us be able to put together these beautiful swag bags. Good Time Charlie's, if you're familiar with that venue downtown in Miamisburg, sure. Andrew was gracious enough to help donate some money. Alcor Supply was another. They've been there forever. Alcor Supply in Miamisburg. And then Zinc Meats, Franklin location, they were able to help donate too. And those particular people really helped me. All the little extra things that I was doing that evening for everyone was a direct result of their contributions.
Great. Man, it's going to be an epic event. It is. I'm looking so forward to this, Doug. We're going to have a blast. And
All right, that's for sure.
one thing I want to say to all the viewers, and especially those of you watching after we're live here, if you know of someone who this might fit in their wheelhouse as well, please share the show with them. Share it and let them know what's going on, or share the event. The event is also on our page, tagged on our page. So please share that event with your music loving friends, and maybe somebody who back in the day visited the Baum in any way, shape, or form, or was there when it was the teen clubs. And Doug, if they want to donate to this, I know you mentioned it earlier. Say it again. If they want to donate and can't be there on the 28th, how can they do that?
Yeah, so I have actually created a platform through the ticket holder, the people who are doing the tickets. Probably the best way to reach me to be able to do that is to reach out to, again, baumtix@gmail.com. Say, hey, we can't attend, but we love to donate to the cause. We'd love to help the building. And I will direct those funds directly to the Baum Opera House. Also, too, the Baum Opera House does have a Facebook page. I believe if you click on their the Baum Opera House on their Facebook page, I believe they have a direct link to donate as well. So they can donate directly to them. But either way, I'm going to make sure that they get the money. Like you said, Scott, when a building is, almost 200 years old, there's a lot of things that it's going to need. And this money, no matter how small or how big it is going to go directly to help them with some of these building repairs that you mentioned.
Yeah, and what amazes me about these old structures like that is the restroom facilities in them. That when they were originally built, they would have 800 people capacity in a restroom, like for one.
Right.
And
yeah, I'm not sure how they did it, especially during those operas. They they had to hold it for quite some time.
No one must have ever gotten up to go to the restroom, is all I can think of. But it's a monumental task to keep up a building, but it's history, and we want to keep that history going, and we want to keep that beautiful building standing in Miamisburg, because it is an iconic building down there, and there are so many of those in that downtown area that they've revitalized. Like you said, the breweries, the night spots, the restaurants, and now the beautiful park with the upgraded amphitheater down there for the summer concert series. It's just an amazing place down there. There's something happening every day. Have you been to Bullwinkle's lately? Their patio out back is just spectacular.
That's insane. It's awesome.
Yeah. And it's just cool. Everything along that riverfront area down there is booming, and Miamisburg owes a lot to the Merchants Association, because they do a lot for the city and promote the city. And it sounds like a lot of them promoting your event here as well, Doug. So anything else you want to share with everybody today as we get out of here on this wonderful Wednesday?
Well, first of all, thanks again for having me, Scott. And I really do appreciate your willingness to MC the event that evening. It is going to be a great time. And it's a time for us to get together to celebrate Miamisburg, enjoy live music, enjoy some comedy, some laughter, bid on some of these great things that I've got, and help this opera house remain alive. One other little tidbit, and I don't know if this will ever come to fruition or not, but we talked about the possibility of doing a winter concert series upstairs, maybe in the near future. So as a teaser, I don't know if it'll happen or not, but we did talk about it briefly. And I thought that would be also it's such a cool venue that, hopefully I could bring some additional live music to the downtown area through the Baum Opera House next year.
Yeah, and that'd be awesome. I know years ago I was affiliated with that, and they did an acoustic series throughout the winter months there, and had acoustic bands come in and play. And people you'll remember, back like Finnegan's Isle and some of those folks who would come in and play there. And it was really a really nice place to do that. And that was before they even did all the restorations that have happened now. I mean, that if you want to have a wedding reception, that's a gorgeous place to do it too.
That is a cool spot. Yeah,
fantastic. And I was up there not too long ago picking up turkey trot packets, and the place was full of people, and everybody's looking around, and it's just one of those buildings that you walk in and you have to take a moment and take a deep breath and think of the history that's come through those doors. And you guys are doing a great thing to support it, Doug. I thank you so much for making me a part of it, and
thank you
putting this thing on. I know it takes an immense amount of work, and you'll breathe a sigh of relief on that Saturday night about 10:30, probably, when it's all
absolutely
done.
Yeah.
But it really
some
tickets. Let's do it. You want to?
Sure.
And if we don't give them away right now, we'll give them away to somebody who posts the correct name. Are you ready for the? You want to give the question? You can throw the question out there.
Yeah, and actually, I decided that we'll give them credit for either of the two possible answers.
Oh, you will.
Yes, I will. Because I'm a nice guy. I'm gonna let them
I
have it
wouldn't
either
do
way.
that ever. But yeah, you do it. You do what you want.
All
You're
right, all right.
giving the tickets away.
Yeah, you're the trivia guy. You're pretty tough. All right, so here's the scoop. So the question is, in the 80s and early 90s, the Baum Opera House served as a teen nightclub, which featured live music from yours truly. What was the name of the establishment during that time frame? It actually was two names. I guess I'll accept either one. The one specifically that we played at during in the late 80s, I believe 88, 89, and maybe 90, it was called something. And then shortly thereafter it was called something else. So we'll take either name, Scott, and let's give away 4 tickets. The first 4 people that respond with an answer at any given time.
So you're giving a ticket away to each one of the people? Is that what you want to do? Or you want to give
let's give a pair. Let's do a pair.
2-pack? Well,
let's give a 2-pack. 8
somebody
tickets.
already chimed in. Sean Cooper.
Yeah.
He has all 3 of the names of the teen clubs: the Beat Club, Balloons, and the Zoo.
Yep, we played there when it was Balloons. He nailed it. That's awesome.
He did. So Sean Cooper is taking 2 tickets, and Sean happens to be the nighttime general manager at Milano's there in Miami Township.
Oh, okay.
And so Sean is the winner of 2 tickets, and Sean, I'll connect you with Doug, and you can figure out how to either pick those up at will call that day or whatever we need to do. And anybody else wants to chime in? Let's do another question for the other 2. You want to?
Sure, you go ahead.
All right. We mentioned the name of the acoustic band that's playing at the beginning of this show. There's a comedian opening the acoustic band that plays before the Hall Pass Rock Band. Somebody tell me the name of that band, and you're going to take home 2 tickets as well. Todd Davis says Balloons. Thank you for that.
He's got it. Yep.
It was Balloons with a Z. Mr. Cooper hit that one. He even spelled it right.
Oh, wow.
Because I had the Odyssey Club up the road, and we were competitors at the time, but we still were in the same biz with the teen club thing. That was fun.
Yeah. And that was a great time. That was a great time. Those teen clubs were really fun.
Time of my life, man. No, you can't, unfortunately, but it was so nice back then. We had a blast, and we had a 10-year run, so it was good. And we gave the teens a place to go and all that. Let's see if anybody else can tell me the name of that band we mentioned at the beginning of the show. That is going to open the show as an acoustic act at the Baum Opera House on the 28th of December. Doors are at 5, shows at 6. Raffles prizes is $25 a ticket. You can grab those tickets on the Hall Pass Rock Band event page for this one. And we're waiting to see if anybody else chimes in. If they don't, we're going to let it go, and we'll see who chimes in later as they're watching the show, Doug. So
no worries.
We'll see, but it takes a minute on the comments. Sometimes the comments are a little slow to pop up. Tim, thank you for that. Thank you for that very nice comment. I appreciate you, my friend, and I can't wait to see you play again on Saturday. And Doug, anything else while we're waiting on an answer here? We got about 1 minute left.
All right. Well, I wanted to thank Rick Comstock, our audio engineer. Rick will be running sound that evening, and he always does a great job for our band. And also James Banks Jr. Scott, you may know James.
I do.
Amazing light guy, light aficionado. He's going to be making us look really good that evening as well. And he donated his time and effort to putting a light show together that evening. So it's going to be a ton of fun. I'd love to see people there. Tickets are limited, basically due to a fire marshal posting an occupancy permit. So tickets are limited. So I'm keeping track of ticket sales via the website. And then also, Scott, the people who are winning these pairs of tickets, you can put them in contact with me. They can email thebaumtix@gmail.com. I'll need their names and T-shirt sizes. We didn't mention that earlier, but I am shamelessly putting one of our Hall Pass Rock Band logo T-shirts in the bags that evening. Yeah.
Shameless plug.
I know. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Anyway, they can, you know, if they don't want to wear it, maybe their kids will wear it. Maybe they could put it on their dog.
And Todd says Miamisburg Moose will be there to help out. And I love the Moose in Miamisburg. Great people there as well. So, by the way, I'll get a shameless plug in. I'm getting ready to start at the Moose on Tuesdays in January. I do trivia every Tuesday night. So that'll be fun. That's a good time. So I don't see anybody popping up that name of the acoustic band. I would know it right off the tip of my tongue, but maybe it's not a household name, Doug. I don't know.
I doubt it, but I'll give them a clue. Yeah. I was in the group, and my brother Mark was in the group.
And Tim Brooks was in the group.
And Mr. Tim Brooks.
Yes.
It was a good time, and this evening means a lot to me. Sometimes I think I reflect back and go, gosh, you're crazy for trying to do this fundraiser. But the more and more I dove into it and saw the community come together and the building, the people that I spoke to, it makes me proud to be part of it. And I'm glad that Hall Pass Rock Band will be hosting it. So come on out, spend your money, $25. Oh, one other comment. It is a cash bar. The food, they can take a credit card. So the food will take a credit card, but cash bar, and don't bring a lot of extra cash also for the raffles and stuff.
Yeah, silent auction cash as well, right? You're
so right. The silent auction credit card, there's a few things, but we'll need money for the raffles, the 50/50, and for the beverages.
Well, come on out Saturday, December 28th, guys. Baum Opera House fundraiser at the Baum Opera House with the Hall Pass Rock Band and a band to be named later opening the show. And of course, a live comedian. It's going to be a great night with raffles and so on. We hope you come out and win something big. And you can bid on those trips, or actually throw in a donation for the trip and donate. What'd you call that again? Donate to?
Make a donation, take a vacation.
There you go. Make a donation, take a vacation. Doug, I can't thank you enough for being with me today on the show. I appreciate you being here. It's great talking to you always, my friend.
Sounds great, Scott. Thank you so much.
All right. Stay with me, Doug. We're going to go off the air here, guys. But again, if you can answer that trivia question, what's the opening acoustic band for this? If you answer it in the comments, first one to do so takes home 2 tickets to this event. That's $50 value. So takes home a couple tickets. We'd love to see you there on Saturday, the 28th. Thanks for watching today, guys. I'll be back with you tomorrow at 5 o'clock live with Who's Playing Out, the best musicians and venues in the tri-state here at All Around Town Radio. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody. Wow, how about that? We're supposed to be done.